So you have to kind of speak your future. And you have to be conscious of the things that you think and the things that you say. Well, this student said, well, Miss Ezell, I can't learn that poem. I can't do that because, I forget everything. I can't remember anything. And I thought, that kind of sounds like me because anybody that really knows me, I forget some things, and I can't even blame it on age because I've always been like this. And so when you know yourself, you just know yourself and you become comfortable with that. And I'm very comfortable with it. I'm an intelligent person, but there are some things that I just don't know, like faces and stuff like that. Sometimes I just forget them, and so I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a part of my dyslexia or whatever. I don't care. But anyway, this student says, I can't, and I hate hearing that word, even though I probably use it myself. But he used this word, I can't, and then I started trying to pull some things together for him because I'd already given him this poem, I believe, to learn. And so I'm trying to impress upon him to get rid of this word can't, because I want my students to believe that you can do anything you want to do. And I try to do the same thing with myself. But so I reminded him about the poem, and then I don't know whether he was getting it because it was kind of taking me a minute to make my poem. And all of a sudden he said, well, I can't do all of that. And anyway, something about he wanted to have a job. The job that he wanted, he didn't think it was necessary for him to start thinking about what he wanted to do when he left high school, as a transition, what kind of job he wanted to do. And so he was kind of like saying that he couldn't do anything because he couldn't remember anything. And I guess he was saying he wasn't good at anything. And I had to stop him in his tracks right then. I said, wait a minute. Then the student next to him said, well, Mr. Ezell, he draws. And so I said, you draw? What do you mean you can't do anything? They say he draws all the time. I said, so let me see some of your work. So he pulled out this book, and I thumbed through the book, and I said, oh my goodness, this kid is really good, with even the drawing. And this was one of the struggling students, but I also noticed he's not at the bottom of the class when it comes to struggling, because he was doing pretty good with his grades. And so I looked at the book, and we was talking about jobs, and he had already filled out this, we give them this assessment to decide which areas this child might need to go in, where are the strengths. So I had already kind of looked at that, but as he was doing it. But when he made that statement, I had to stop him in his tracks right then. And I said, you don't know what your gifts are yet. I said, but I can look at this book right here and say you have a great gift of drawing in the arts. And we was talking about, he said, well, I can't be starting no job. I'm only 15 years old. What are you talking about, a job? I said, son, you can start a job right now, making some money. I said, even with these pictures right here. I said, these are even though they were cartoons, but they were well done. Honestly, I draw myself, and these pictures were really, really, I won't even say good for his age. They were good. I mean, he was developing his talent already. So I opened up the book and I went through them, and it was several. I said, number one, you need to start respecting your work. I said, you need to pull all of these together and put them in one place. Develop a portfolio, because he was putting it all in between everything. He had skipped pages and stuff like that. I said, no, you need to organize yourself. And you need to put all these things together so that you can see your work, and so that when other people see your work, they can just flow through here and see what you got going on. I said, but what if you were drawing pictures of people as well as you draw these cartoons? Can you look at me and draw a picture of me? No, I can't do that. I said, well, why don't you get a book? Why don't you go to the library and get you a book that teaches you how to draw faces? I said, because you obviously have the talent to draw. You understand certain concepts here that is already here. Okay, and he stopped and started listening. Finally, he slowed down to listen to what I was saying, because at first he was saying, "You saying all this? What's that got to do with this?" Sounded like something my son would say, because a lot of times when I have to talk to them, I have to, I just have to draw the picture, to make sure that they get it, but they want it right then. They want the answer right there, like McDonald's. They want fast food, and I just don't cook fast food. My food has to cook and simmer, so I have to kind of put the salt in and all the ingredients in, hoping that this kid is listening, or my son is listening, and at the end of it, I have to stop and he'll just say, "What's the point there that I have to say?" Okay.
Hello, family. This is Mr. E. If you would like to support the works of Mr. E or any of Ezell's productions, you may make your donations at Cash App. You will use $EKUFIE, EKUFIE, or you may make your payments through check or money order made out to Anthony Ezell or to Ezell's Productions, LLC. That address is P.O. Box 492, Jackson, Alabama, 36545. Or you may contact us at the phone number of 251-709-1123. Thank you.